Dear viewers, Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of the News Bulletin. In the headlines today, crawler crane successfully reconditioned in-house by FMM Collective of SAIL RSP. Unity Cricket Match 2024 played between Unions 11 and Management 11 of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant. Cohesion, camaraderie and commitment marks the match. And Women's Day celebrated by members of Deepika Mahila Sangati. And now the news in detail. The employees of the Field Machineries Maintenance, known as FMM Department of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP, have displayed their skill and expertise once again by reconditioning the crawler crane call number 891. The reconditioned crane was inaugurated on 9th March 2024 at the blast furnace slag dumping yard by Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, ED Works, in the presence of Mr. Biswaranjan Pallai, CGM Iron, Mr. Pinaki Chaudhary, CGM SMS1, Mr. Ravi Ranjan, CGM Shops, Mr. MNVS Prabhakar, CGM Service, Mr. T.P. Shivasankar, CGM SMS2 and other senior officers of FMM and Blast Furnace Department. It is noteworthy that the crane was commissioned in the year 1993 and was being used by Blast Furnace SMS1 and SMS2 departments for slag handling. The crane was down due to several mechanical and electrical problems and spare for repair was not available due to obsolete nature of the equipment, and the original manufacturer has already stopped production of spares since long. The major jobs carried out in the process are fitting of new steering system, reconditioning of fuel system, air system and brake system, modification of radiator and cooling system and complete replacement of electrical wiring and electrical system. The job was carried out by the team of FMM department under the leadership of Mr. Abakash Malik, GM in charge FMM and Transport. Notably, this crane will be highly helpful for dumping yard operation, as a new crane would have cost the company about Rs 5 crores. The enterprising job by the team of go-getters has led to substantial savings. A new chapter of friendship, camaraderie and cohesion was added to the HR history of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant RSP with the Unity Cricket Match 2024 played on 9th March 2024 at the Indo-German ground between the Unions 11 and Management 11. The Management 11, comprising senior officers of RSP, was led by Mr. Ratanu Bhomik, Director in charge RSP, with the additional charge of Bokaro Steel Plant, while Mr. P.K. Behra, General Secretary, Rourkela Shramik Sangh, the recognized union, captained the Union 11. Mr. S.R. Suryavanshi, ED Works, Mr. Somnath Tripathi, ED MM, Dr. B.K. Hota, ED M&HS, Mr. Tarun Mishra, EDP and A, with the additional charge of ED Projects, Mr. Alok Verma, ED Mines, Mr. A.K. Behuria, ED F&A and other senior officers played for the Management 11 side. Representatives of major trade unions, namely Rourkela Shramik Sangh RSS, Gangpur Mazdoor Manch GMM, Rourkela Ispat Karkhana Karmachari Sangh RIKKS, Rourkela Mazdoor Sangh RMS, Steel Employees Trade Union SETU and Rourkela Steel Mazdoor Union RSMU played in the Union's 11 side. Winning the toss, the Union 11 elected to field and the Management 11 posted a score of 74 for 6 in the allotted 10 overs. Mr. Atanu Bhomik, who scored 10 runs off 9 balls, emerged as the top scorer of the team. The Trade Union's 11 reached the target in 5.4 overs, losing 3 wickets, and hence was declared as the winner. Mr. Himanshu Bal, General Secretary, RIKKS, was adjudged the man of the match for scoring 10 runs and taking 2 catches. Trophies were presented to both the teams and all the players. Mr. S. Vadapanda, GM, PLOD, was the manager of the Management 11 team, while Dr. P.K. Sahu, GM Personal, was the manager of the team Unions 11. In a multi-union industrial environment, different unions coming together as a team and playing with management signifies the camaraderie, commitment and team spirit to work for the progress of the plant. The collaborative effort has not only boosted the morale and improved communication but also contributed in building a more cohesive team, ultimately leading to greater success of the RSP collective. Deepika Mahila Sangati, a leading philanthropic organization and a major partner in progress of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant, celebrated the International Women's Day with fun and gaiety at Deepika Mahila Sangati premises on 9th March 2024. Mrs. Seema Deb Bhumik, President DMS, presided over the function as the chief guest. Mrs. Harshala Suryavanshi, Professor Sushmita Das, Mrs. Jayashree Hota, Mrs. Prabhati Mishra, Mrs. Namrata Verma, the Vice Presidents of DMS were the guests of honor. Dr. Gitanjali Patri, gynecologist, Dr. Sanchita Chaudhary, renowned singer, Rourkela, and Mrs. Babita Mahapatra, advocate, were the guest speakers of the function. Mrs. Nidhi Singhal, secretary, members of the governing body and a large number of members of the institution were present on the occasion. Speaking on the occasion, Mrs. Bhomik highlighted the importance of self-love, self-appreciation and the impact of individual efforts for the betterment of the needy people of the society. In the enriching talk sessions aimed at the wellness of women, Dr. Gitanjali Patri briefed on women menopause issues. Dr. Sanchita Chaudhary shared her thoughts on stress management and Mrs. Babita Mahapatra presented her thoughts on women's rights. The program commenced with the lighting of the ceremonial lamp by the dignitaries. During the function, Mrs. Bhomik felicitated Ms. Padmini Das, the principal in charge of Home and Hope, Rourkela, for her 3 decades of selfless service and unwavering commitment to children with special needs. A beautiful Odia drama, Swayansa, directed by Mrs. Bandita Mohanty, was staged by the talented artists of DMS. An interesting quiz session for the members was conducted by Mrs. Bibha Sinha. At the outset, Ms. Nidhi Singhal, Secretary, DMS, welcomed the gathering. The program was coordinated by Mrs. Shaulina Chaudhary and Mrs. Gitika Yadav, both members of the Sangati. That's all for today's news bulletin. Namaskar.